In this video, we're working on the last page of instructions, page 12, for the subassemblies, and it includes the top of the rocket, which includes the Apollo spacecraft. So I've already done a test assembly of these components, and they went in fairly easy. This section, which encapsulates the lunar module, it's a little bit more difficult to get this piece in, and it has a tab that looks to be pretty fragile. So this is not something I'm going to assemble and deassemble, because it looks like this could break fairly easy. This one went in okay, pretty well, and hopefully the other three will go in. One thing to note is this ring has one notch in it that fits into the top of the equipment ring, and that will make it go in one direction. So what you want to do is face the two clear pieces in conjunction with your clear see-through windows as well. So that means we put the solid white pieces towards the back near that notch. So this first one went in like this with a little push. Ooh, that one went in fairly well too. That little tab seems fragile. These are supposed to pivot on it to let the lunar module out, but I would be careful in manipulating those to not break off that pin. Clear piece has that same pin. Let's see if we get lucky with these two. All right, that seemed to go in pretty well. So what I'm doing is setting it in the notch and then gently pushing with my thumb. Ooh, that one went in well too. So, doesn't sound very good. So that's to release the lunar module, and this would be for blast off. So now let's assemble these and take these somewhat in order of the pieces. So this is piece 70, piece 69, fairly straightforward, press fit. And then these four are 71, goes into these little slots. That slot. That one was tight. Doesn't seem to want to fall out. That one went tight. First time I did this, those seemed to be loose. I probably just didn't press them in far enough. Got that slot. Yeah, that would have, because those are in there pretty well now. Next would be 72. And the instructions don't give you a lot of information to go on orientation, but you've got this notch, and it would seem that this slot should line up with that notch, because of 73, which actually I put in now. So 72, 73, there's only one way that can go. That's pretty tight. And it would appear that piece 73 slides down into that slot. And it does seem to bottom out after about 1/4 of an inch. Then we have piece 74. You have the 3 astronauts. You got these 2 tabs and these 2 holes. Oh, 3. You got another tab and a hole. So pretty easy to line up. Or at least get it in one direction. Seems to stay. 75. So this is 76 and this is 77. They go, one of them goes into the slot. And instructions show a diagram that it looks like these are optional. This one would be used if you want to leave the spacecraft outside of the rocket, display it somehow. And then if you're going to put this as part of the rocket, then you need to stow this antenna dish by using the flat one versus this one. That went in there fairly well. It's in there, it's not going to fall out. So that was 76, 77. This is 78, which mates up to here with this notch and that tab. So, based on having your astronauts in there, I assume the really theory is not to glue it so you can open it up and check on them. But this piece doesn't really stay together very well, but that may not matter. And this one marries up, these 3 holes marry up to this one, and this one looks larger than the other 2 and would appear to correspond to this pin right here. So I just have to find it. There we go. And that comes out pretty easy. So I'm thinking that this is piece 78. This is piece 79. We'll see if this holds it in or not. And there's only one way this is going to line up. And this would appear to snap in on that outer edge. Let's see. That's a pretty good fit. A little loose, but it's just not going to drop off. So I think we're good there. 79, 80. Another press fit that is in there pretty well. Again, this comes off. But if you're displaying it, theoretically shouldn't go anywhere. This is piece 81. Fits into 82. Having pre-assembled it, this is fairly loose. This may require some glue at a later stage, but we'll deal with that later. This does not appear to be oriented any particular position. These 4 pins have to fit in these 4 holes. So we've got 3. There we go. So again, that seems to, that's pretty loose, but again, if you're displaying it vertically, that's not going to go anywhere. And those are the final sub-assembly pieces. I believe the premise is that this goes on top of here, and there is 1 notch here. Oh, there's 1 here, corresponding to here and here, what it would look like. So let's see. Ah, there we go. So other than this piece, it seems to be holding together by itself pretty well. So I don't think I would glue that because you'd want to take that off and see it later. And I think the premise is this fits into the top of stage 3, and then this will come down on top of it. And that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching.